that I want to try and try and try for you. So I'm not going to stick my spur on the other side and make her stop at this point. She gives me that hip. She knows the difference. If I need to bridle her up while I'm doing it, I'll just take a hold of her and bridle her up. But the natural, I didn't teach her this. This is the way she naturally is. All I'm doing is emphasizing that. The way you lose this is if you scare them. If you scare them, that's when they get all bowed up. She is taking that. She's not afraid of me. She's really pick her up here. We're going to work on our side pass a little bit. I'm going to bring her to the fence this first time and help her. The reason I take her to that fence, the less I have to take a hold of her. I don't want to have to take a hold of her too much. I want her to get that idea of her own collection. So I'll use whatever it takes to help her be soft, which is that fence at this point. Maybe I'll back her up a step or two. Let her think about it, and see right there on a slack rein, she's popping that nose and going, right there's where you want it, right? That's where you want my head to be.
So what you're saying is just go slow with her.
Yeah, slow is the greatest horses that was made was the California Vaquero horses.
Yeah, didn't they take years and years?
Yeah, they went through, your true Vaquero, they didn't use a Snapple bit. Now the European influence, most of your Vaqueros now use a Snapple bit. Go to the Hackamore and then go to your spade bit, or go to the two rein and then go to the Snapple bit, which is your Hackamore. We live in such a world of everything's right now, everything's real fast. Um, you know, your cell phone's right there, your computer's right there, your watch is right there, your calendar's right there. I mean, we're in a hurry to get stuff done. And horses are learned animals. People go to college for years and years to learn something. And it's kind of funny because they'll expect a horse to learn major things in a short amount of time, in a couple months. And a horse is not, they can be as smart as a person, I think. They retain pretty good. But horses, all your great horses that win stuff, it takes years of riding. Doing lead departure. I take that hip up, push it to the inside. Working on that lead departure. She isn't great at it yet. She still gets a little bit, a little bit nervous right there when you ask for it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just time. She just has to do it until it isn't any big deal. Here again, same game. She bridles for me at that low. I'm going to go back to riding her like I don't have anything on her. Help her when I need to. But I'm saving that mouth by not just killing her. Just hang on, pull, kick. That's why she hadn't switched her tail once here. And that's a big point. 90% of horses at this age that have been started as a reining horse, they've already dead their tails. Put alcohol blocks on them, broke their tails, so they don't switch their tails. This mare's totally natural as far as the way her tail packs. She can still swap flies, but I haven't made that spur a bad thing. If I can at all help it, I try not to. But it isn't because I just keep ramming and jamming and pulling and kicking and lope around here. I relax in my seat. She should just, thank God, that's all I gotta do is just lope around here. Nice and soft. Don't have to. But yes, in the beginning, I would let her trot, and if she gets confused, I will go back to letting her trot.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to whatever it is. A lot of times with horses, it's kind of one step forward, two steps back sometimes. With this mare, it hadn't really been that way. I've never pushed her over, scaring her, and right here, she gets a little bit shaking that head a little bit too much. I'll just go on ahead and give her something to do with her head. Let's bridle up. Lope and relax. Driving that back. She's getting real soft in this lope. Leave her alone. See where that head goes. It's just like bending her left or right. If I take a hold of her and I turn her loose and I turn her loose and she just goes like this, then she hadn't really accepted that give. She's just going through motions, okay? Here, I'll gather her up, collect her, pick her up. Get that over there. Come on, let's get thinking about going to work. She picks up the wrong lead. Not going to crucify her for it. I just slow her down, move that hip. Let her get it right. She's not old enough and had enough riding to crucify her for rip her in the ground, jerk, 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 pull, pull, pull. Doggone you, you know better than that. She don't. And a lot of times when you do that on an old horse anyway, all they're waiting for after you ask them to do that, now she gets smart. She's wanting to slow down without me really asking her to. So I'll just keep working on those departures. There, that wasn't bad. Her nose could have been, that wasn't perfect, but that, for her stage, that was. Let's go get fair out of you here a little bit. Guiding between my hands, really good for her stage and her riding. Start driving her up into that bridle. I don't have slick shoes on her, so I ain't gonna ask for just a major blow out of the ground stop. I just want her to be listening to my legs and my seat, sitting a little bit up, drying her, getting them feet up underneath her. That was okay, yeah. You know, for not having shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
Take my legs, rock my legs, get her to just soften. And see, she can feel when I start sliding them reins up her neck. I don't even get there. She's, what do I do? Where do I go? Do I give? What do I do? And that's, she's moved her whole body sideways for me here. She's moved her body to the other direction for me. And that side pass could use a little bit of cadence. She's doing it, but it's just like a horse that backs real well. They gotta have cadence. She hadn't quite picked that cadence up yet where she can just run sideways. We can back her up. She's done all them things. She's walked, trot, lope, did her circles good, nice and quiet. So at her stage of riding, that's an A+. That's just checking out our